about yes, indeed, a Wyoming business owner is giving away guns. They call him Giveaway Bob. He's just giving it away. If you don't get that reference, I'm sorry. Uh, we've got a Brownells bullet points for you freaks and freakettes today. And also, of course, we have a student of the gun homeroom brought to you by our good buddies at Crossbreed Holsters. And a couple other things. All today on a soon-to-be award-winning episode of Student of the Gun Radio.
Stand by for education, enlightenment, enjoyment, and entertainment.
He's not here to talk about your feelings. He's not here to say what you want to hear. He's here to say what needs to be said.
Ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages, please welcome your host, the pimp hand of America, Professor Paul Markle.
Yes, indeed, indeed, indeed. It's his eye, and I am the pimp hand of America. And if you're new, I'm not here to say what you want to hear. I'm here to say what needs to be said. We always need to remember and acknowledge that. If you guys are watching live on the Facebook or YouTube or in Discord, and you have a question, as always, throw it in there. And if Zach and Jared see it, think it's pertinent, they'll bring it up during the show. All right. Are you guys listening to the Legion of Michael podcast yet? If you're not, fix yourself and start listening. Legion of Michael podcast is a relatively new product that we started doing a couple of months ago. As you guys should know by now, we've been doing a Legion of Michael church security program for well over a year, going on 2 years, I guess. Yeah, it's got to be at least 2 years because we were doing it when we were in.
You were here.
When I was there in Salt Lake City. And this last summer, I wrote the book, the companion piece for the Legion of Michael. I wrote a book. And this year, we launched the Legion of Michael podcast so that I can communicate with you freaks every single week. That's right. We talk about training your team, being strong and of good faith. Well done, Engaging the Flock, God is My Spotter with Jeff Hoffman. That was a good one. Fire Insurance Christians with James Yeager. Rebuking Evil and the Foundation. So far, we got 14 episodes up. If you go to legionofmichael.com.
You have 14?
Yeah, I think so. Or 13. Is it? I think
Mine says 12.
Maybe I just Really? What did I just record?
Maybe I'm just...
Maybe
my thing's just behind.
I think Mondays was 013, and I just recorded 014. I think that's correct. So it's like coexisting with evil. Yeah.
There you go. That's what it looks like for those of you that are wondering.
There you go. Oh, man. So long story short, we're available on iTunes and Google Play Music and iHeartRadio and Listen Radio and Pandora. Are we on Pandora finally? Nope, the button is not live.
Yes, should
so
be.
We are?
Yeah.
Okay. Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, RSS feed. Oh, we're on RSS feed. It's always a good thing, huh? Any hooser. You guys can sign up for the training. If you have not, you can listen to the show. There's a book, like I said, the book's called Legion of Michael, and it's available on Amazon, and it's available on our store. Is it not, Zach? Zach says,
it is available to our store, yes.
Yes. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have called on you. So, yeah, if you're not availing yourself to that, you should be. You definitely should be. It's all about motivation and inspiration and education and just another product that. And besides that, you can stack up episodes now. When you run out of Student of the Guns, you can. And there's 285, 288, I think, morning mindset episodes.
Oh yeah,
like it's well in the upper 200s. So if you have any of those things, the iTunes or whatever, and you haven't caught up to the morning mindset yet, you can do that. I said there's 280 some episodes of that. If you can't get enough of my voice, there you go. All right, it's time for us to move on to a Brownell's Bullet Points brought to you by our good friends at Brownell's. Boom. Bing, bang, boom. All right. A couple of weeks ago, we came to you. I came to this black carbon steel microphone, and I reminded you, I told you, I said, look, things are starting to turn around. Ammunition is now available.
No way.
And something that it has changed is about a month or two ago, maybe 3 months ago, when Brownell's got a shipment of ammo in, regardless of what they were charging for it, it was gone within 24 hours. Just boom. And we said, hey, if you want to get ammo from them, you're just going to have to sign up for the Notify Me Now. And as soon as you get that message on your phone, go place an order. I've noticed that they now have in-stock ammunition such as 223, 5.56. They've got 9mm Luger. That's right, 9mm Luger ammunition. For those of you who say, I don't have a Luger. I have mine says 9x19. You have a Luger. 300 Blackout. And you say, why are you saying all this stuff, Paul? I'm saying it because they actually have it in stock right now, and it was in stock yesterday, and it was in stock the day before that. So what that means essentially is people have chilled a little bit, at least, with the panic buying. Now the 9 Luger is the S&B Salier and Belot. And the S&B ammo is fine. It's good ammo. As a matter of fact, a super sneaky secret that you guys aren't supposed to know. But, Jared, do you remember when they was it Fiocchi or S&B? Can't remember. It was Fiocchi International. That's right. I forgot. You remember the brown boxes of Full Metal Jacket ammo that used to be on the shelves at Walmart?
Yeah.
That was all boxed for them by Fiocchi.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought that was.
But it was boxed by
Fiocchi?
Fiocchi International, not Fiocchi USA.
Uh-huh.
So our boy Buell wasn't involved in that at all.
Right.
But of course, those days are over now. You can't get good ammunition at Walmart anymore because they've caved to the crybabies and the leftists, which is whatever. And the truth is, guys, here's the deal. Don't complain. I know it was convenient for you to go to Walmart and pick up your ammo, but don't complain that they're not doing it anymore because they're not your friends.
Just go support your local business.
Yeah, support your local gun shop or support online friends like Brownell's.
Yep.
You're better off supporting those people than Walmart anyway. So
for sure,
Walmart.
Yeah. They're on our team. We know that. And if you're going to shop if you're going to actually walk into a store and buy ammo, you can actually do that at Brownell's. If you're driving across 80, you stop at exit. I don't remember the exit.
I think it's
like 179 or 187 or something like that.
Yeah.
In Iowa, stop and get it. And obviously you can buy online from them.
Yep. So stop what you're doing because they're about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. So pay attention to that. Pay attention. It's their pieces, parts, and components obviously are in stock. You guys can do whatever you want. You're adults. You're grown humans. But I'm going to tell you that parts are in stock right now. Magazines are still in stock. I'm not sure whether or not they got the AK magazines back in. Those were gone for a while. They actually got a new find. World War II U.S. M1 carbine surplus magazine still in the wax paper. The wax paper that they were wrapped in 1942 or 1951 or whatever. So you can either get brand new ones in the wax paper or you can get used versions. So if you guys are M1 carbine shooters out there, these are the original 15 rounders. Back when they thought 15 rounds. Who is ever going to need that many rounds? You think about that. Back then, that was when we were transitioning from the 03 Springfield into the M1 Garand, and the M1 held 8 rounds of ammo. You're like, 8 shots without reloading. Holy Moses, that's crazy. Then somebody came along, they're like, look at this. This little box holds 15 rounds in there. I'm like, what? No one would ever need more than that. And then the Germans built the Schmeiser submachine guns, and they're like, you turds. Look what you did. And the Sturmgewehr. That's right, the Sturmgewehr. The granddaddy of all battle rifles, or modern battle rifles. The granddaddy of the modern magazine-fed battle rifle, the Sturmgewehr. And apparently, Mikhail Kalashnikov went to his grave swearing that he was not influenced by the Sturmgewehr, so shut up. Even though the cartridge that the Sturmgewehr used was really similar to 7.62 by 39. But I read an interview with Kalashnikov years ago, and somebody asked him about that, and it annoyed him. He's like, no. Because I said, all you did was take the Sturmgewehr and turn it into a Russian gun. He said, no, I didn't. The internal components and the workings are completely different, and I kill you. I don't know. He didn't. Actually, the KGB came and took the reporter out of the room, and no one ever saw him again. Then how did he file the story, Paul? All right, you got me. Sweet Buddha, we got a listener in Venezuela. Bienvenidos. Bienvenidos in Venezuela. Wow, awesome. Welcome, and we're glad you're here. Saludos de Venezuela. That's interesting. And it's, I can't pronounce the name, but if you're in Venezuela listening, you will probably like, well, if you're a lover of freedom, if you don't love freedom, if you love communism and socialism, well, I don't even know why you're here. You're like, I love socialism, and I'm going to listen to Student of the Gun. Now, those things don't work together. But, yeah, if you are in Venezuela and you are a lover of freedom and a hater of communism, you will probably like Nicholas Orr's new book, Operation Diomedes. Our boy Nick actually just released the 3rd book in the series, the Operator series, and it's called Operation Diomedes. And a good portion of that book takes place down south. And when I say down south, you mean like Texas? Well, yeah, Texas, but also the Caribbean, Puerto Rico, and Venezuela.
Hey, just a thought. As somebody who's read that book, how strong is Venezuela's literature control?
Oh, you think Hugo? They'll probably have to get it as a Kindle or
that would actually be easier to track. Yeah,
well, that's true. Well, I don't know. I don't know if the Seguridad Nacional, the secret police, if Maduro's, because Hugo's dead now, so Maduro, his boy, took over, and he's just as bad. I don't know if his secret police, the Seguridad Nacional, whether or not they're tracking down people. But
I know somebody that would know.
Yeah,
yeah. If you're still listening, let us know.
Yeah, and it's shut. Doop, there just went the feed. They were listening in Venezuela, and then somebody flipped the switch. Yeah, and also good news from our boy Nick Orr. Talked to him the other day, and he said that he just gave final approval for the new audio book. So Diomedes, Operation Diomedes, is going to be available as a Kindle, as a paperback, and also as an Audible download. Nice. So you'll be able to listen to it on Audible. But that's not available right now. It will be available very soon. And as soon as that's ready, we'll let you know. You're like, I thought you were talking about guns and ammo. Why are you talking about Venezuela and fiction novels?
Because guns and ammo are in there.
That's right. That's absolutely right. And the nice thing about our boy Nicholas Orr is even though he's writing fiction, he drops in little gems of wisdom and knowledge and education, little bits of reality there. You can glean lessons from his books. And the last I heard from my boy Nick is he is working on the fourth one right now. Hopefully, the fourth one will be out. Well, the plan is to have the fourth one out this summer. So, if you have not, you're like, fourth one? I haven't even caught up to the second one yet. What are you waiting for? I know women who have sat down with a cup of coffee, opened up the Operator Book 1, and didn't get up off the couch until they were finished with it. So, there's no.
How did they refill their coffee?
They had their husbands do it for them.
What a nice husband they are.
That's right. That's right.
If you want to keep up with Nick Orr's new books, go to Nicholas. It's actually official nicholasorr.com. Go there and you can get all the information on the books. And obviously that'll be updated when the new book comes out, when the audio book comes out, all that stuff.
Yes,
we're taking care of Nick's website for him. So
because we're cool guys like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
And of course, there's also some articles, some blog articles, and like what is a pipe hitter, and so on and so forth. All right, moving on. The moral of the story for Brownell's bullet points is this: no, the price of ammo is not down to where you want it to be, and it probably is not going to be there anytime in the near future, but it's there. So if you screwed up and entered this apocalypse minus ammo, you can get it. If you were one of my intelligent, motivated, savvy listeners 2, 3, 4 years ago when I told you to fill up an ammo can full of 9mm or 5.56 or 7.62, if you did that, then you're fine. Right? You're fine. You know what's crazy, Jared? Do you recall, Gerard, when I did that article about corrosive ammo? Remember I wrote that article for Shooting Illustrated about corrosive ammo?
Yeah. A long time ago.
Yeah. When we were in Biloxi.
Yeah.
And
I guess it wasn't that long ago, but it really feels like a long time ago.
Like 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
So I wrote the article about corrosive ammo, and the main reason I wrote it was because at the time, Century had gotten in a Connex box full of brass cased, I think it was Czech. It might have been Yugo. I can't remember. It was Eastern Europe, kind of a Czech Yugo, whatever. But anyway, they brought it. They had ham cans, 1,260 rounds per ham can, 7.62 by 39, brass cased. The catch was it was corrosive. It had corrosive primers. And, that's why the original barrels of the AKs were treated with a rust or rust prevention. They were chrome lined. You know why? It was because the original AK ammo used corrosive primers. And so, but nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted to touch it. They're like, no, that's garbage. It's junk. It's no good. Yada, yada, yada. So it was going for 15 cents a shot, 12 cents a shot, something like that. Crazy prices. So I got a whole ham can full of it, and I shot the ever-living crap out of that stuff through the RPK, and I just had to clean the gun. You had to clean the gun when you're done? Yeah, I had to clean the gun. I just saw one of the online retailers has that exact ammo. It comes in a crate, a wooden crate with the sealed ham cans that you got to use the special tool to open. Guess how much they want for it now? 60 cents a shot. So okay. It was 12 to 15 cents a shot. And everyone was like, I don't even want that. It's corrosive. It's not worth the hassle. Now it's triple the price, or more than triple, quadruple. Yeah, well, at least like quadruple the price.
I found an article. It's called Corrosive Ammo, Blessing or a Bother by Paul Markle, 2013.
2013. That's it.
Is that the article? This one's on Ammo Land.
Well, I think they repubbed the one I did from Shooting Illustrated or something.
Yeah. And I found an article Thursday, April 6, 2017 from Shooting Illustrated. It's called Using an AK for Self-Defense.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure that was just a repub of one that they had published in actual magazine. But that's by Paul Markle, too. There's pictures of me with I believe a Century AK.
Is it the one that you
with the wood?
Have?
Yeah. No.
Oh, it's not the one you currently have?
No.
Okay. Sadly, the only article that's still of mine on shootingillustrated.com is the Insider Strategy from 2012. How to make the most of shooting at an indoor range. And your homie, if you're listening there, Farner, you were in that. Farner's head and arms and the side of his face are in there. You can't recognize him. It's just his back. But yep, that was from 2012. How to make the most of your time in an indoor range. That Paul Markle guy, he sure is prolific when it comes to writing. So, all right, that Cat in the Hat, and that be that. Oh, if you guys want to talk about corrosive ammo, we can talk about that another time. Corrosive ammo essentially is no different than shooting a black powder gun or a muzzleloader. You just have to, when you're done, clean it. And believe it or not, your grandfather or your great-grandfather, depending on how old you are, fought all of World War I, World War II, and Korea with corrosive ammo. What? No way. That's not true. Yeah, it is. They use corrosive primers. Well, why were the primers corrosive? Jared, do you know why the military primers were corrosive?
No.
Because the primers that the component they used had an extremely long shelf life, like 50-year shelf life. So they could make this ammo, can it up, store it, and they knew that if they whipped it out, they pulled it out of a freaking Connex box or a warehouse in 37 years, those primers will still be good. And who cares if they have to clean their guns? They're supposed to be cleaning them anyway. So, I mean, I can testify. I'm going to testify to you that in the 1990s, we were throwing grenades and shooting rockets and using ammunition that had been in storage since the Vietnam War. Of course, at the time, that was only like 25 years or so. But, yeah, that's one of the reasons that the Russians and the Soviets or whatever used corrosive primers, because they had a really super long shelf life, like decades. And that's what you want. You don't want ammo that expires. I know I don't want ammo that expires. There was a company several years ago that was touting this green clean ammo, right? And this is where people who do engineers don't do marketing, because I was in a room with an engineer who said, yeah, right now the primers, we're finding that they'll last about 3 or 4 years. And I said, whoa, stop what you're doing. It's 100% green, clean ammo. Yep. And the primers, after 3 or 4 years, just die and don't work anymore. Well, yeah, but this guy said nobody keeps ammunition for that long anyway.
What?
I was like, look, I'm not going to tell you how to do your job, and I was in a group of media people. It wasn't open to the public. I said, you never, ever, ever, ever want to tell the public that you're making ammo that the primers go bad in 3 or 4 years, that has a shelf life.
Yeah.
A short shelf life. Yeah, because he goes, oh, well, nobody holds on to ammo for that long anyway.
Well, most people, what we've learned is that most new gun owners will buy a gun and a box of ammo, and they'll shoot 6 to 12 rounds out of that. Well, maybe 17 now. Shoot 17 rounds out of that box, and there it'll be when they sell that gun, and it'll be here. I have this partially full box of ammo.
I have that box. Yeah. Yeah. And that was during the Comrade Barry reign, and people were already spreading the rumors that they were making, low shelf life primers or primers that die in so that people couldn't stock or hoard ammo. I'm like, bro, you need to not tell anyone that ever.
Yeah. It's a great business plan because it'll be consumable and people come buy
That's
it again.
Right. So
except for no, they won't buy that.
Pull your ammo out of the box and it won't work. And they're not. If I pulled a box of ammo out and none of it went off, I wouldn't think, you know what, I'm going to go to that company and buy more now.
Yeah.
No, I'm never going to buy from that company again. You say, Paul, that's not true. Oh, I was there. And that company recently went bankrupt, was split up, and sold as parts. Shock face. That's amazing. How did that happen? With that kind of genius at the wheel, how could that possibly have happened? All right, ladies and gentlemen, bros, what did you do to my show notes? You murdered my show notes.
There's somebody else from Venezuela in here, and his name is Carlos Ramirez, and he says that he's also in Venezuela, and that he can tell us that because of the economic disaster, all is now paid in dollars, so buying books and everything is really hard.
Wow.
And then he said, yeah, their war against the petrodollar blew in their face, and now Venezuelan people use dollars.
Yep. Yeah, and the Dutch West Indies uses dollars too, which I discovered recently.
Yeah.
When I was reading one of Nick's books, I realized that.
I was just going to say, sounds like something that I just listened to. I just want to give people a real quick heads up that if you go to federalregister.gov today, just today, there are 7, this is special filing. There are 7 documents from 7 agencies, 4 notices, and 3 rules. And then the regular filing includes 86 documents from 43 agencies, 71 notices, 1 presidential document, 6 proposed rules, and 8 rules. So go look at those. And if there's,
well, I'm glad that our masters are coming up with so many rules for us.
Yep. And the good news is that it breaks them down by essentially like what agency they are going through. So go look at that if you're interested. And if any of them it affects you, then go pay attention and read them.
You know, it'd be great if as a people, we would look to the founding documents and say, these are the rules that we agreed on.
Yep.
We didn't agree on any of those other rules. So you can take those other rules and shove them up your butt. And that's the end of that story. We're not peasants. We're not serfs. We don't need you to rule over us. We already have the 10 Commandments. We have the 10 Bill of Rights, the 10 Amendments in the Bill of Rights, and we have the Constitution. That's what we need to govern the country. Now, what you need to rule over the people and to control them is a whole Encyclopedia Britannica of rules, but we don't need that. So you can, just like Stanley Hudson said, you can take that and shove it up your butt. All right. Moving on. Duracoat, why? Because life is too short
to have an ugly gun.
Take a sip of coffee while I'm doing that. That's right. To have an ugly gun. Duracoat firearm finishes. Check those guys out. They can help you not have an ugly gun, and they want to do that. And the Brownells thing, sign up for their newsletter. That way you always know when there's ammo in stock. Oh, man, what did I do on Saturday? Saturday, I was a super productive busy beaver. I tell you what, I think I probably wrote 2,000 words, new words. I wrote an article. I wrote 2,000 words in a new book.
That article,
I lifted.
Did that article make it to the thing?
Actually, it was what day did I give you the latest email? for our friends and neighbors. The email that I gave you.
I don't know. Was that? I just want to make sure that the article is going to be published.
Yeah. What I actually what the by the article I mean the email.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And so those of you, well, real quick, I want to take a side on that. If you're not subscribed to the email list, Dad does write things and sends them directly to our email list. If you go to studentofthegun.com, sign up for 7 training tips, or right there on the homepage is a button to subscribe to the newsletter, and then you will get those exclusive articles. The only way to get those is to sign up for the newsletter.
That's right. And I worked out. Saturday's the hard workout day. That's the long one. And so I lifted.
I'll shut up.
Okay, I lifted and I did a good job, knocked everything out. And you know how I send the videos to my coach, to Graham. And you know that crazy looking, the psycho looking baby doll?
Yeah.
Okay, well, one time it was just because we used it as a training aid. But anyway, it was over in the corner of the video, and I didn't mean for it to be in the corner, but it just happened to be in the video shot. And Graham pointed it out. He's like, "Oh, and then you got a creepy baby doll sitting over there in the corner. That's interesting." So what your mom started doing is she started taking it and moving it around the workout area so that it would be in different places. So every time if I on my bench or squats or whatever, the baby doll's somewhere else. Well, on Saturday, she was home while I was working out. And so I hit the camera. I went into the bench to do the press, or into the rack to do the presses. And she took the baby doll's head, and went, whoop, and lifted it, its face up in front of the camera and shook it and then pulled it away. So there's like, you're watching me go into the rack to grab the bar to press, and all of a sudden it's just like right there in the camera, and then it went away.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, and so Graham does a video breakdowns. He's like, I don't know what's going on, whether you built your gym on a Indian burial ground or something, but he said it's all fun and games till you wake up and that thing's at the foot of your bed at 2 a.m.
Oh, man.
No, we like to keep his life interesting. So I'm hoping
guy wants you.
I wonder how many other people just make his life interesting by doing weird stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, point being, you're like, why are you telling me all this? Because Saturday morning, I was just chilling in my house, and I didn't want to work out. I wanted to take a nap. I was like, I'm good. I don't need to do anything. So I went, and I said, you got to do it. So quit being a wimp. I went and I popped 2 SWAT Fuel 9mm plus P energy formulas. And it's not cocaine, okay? It doesn't hit you immediately. It time releases. But I changed my clothes, went in there, and I started doing my warm-ups. And by the time I finished my warm-ups, I was like, okay, let's do the sets. All right, let's do another one. All right, let's do another one. And by the time I got to my presses, I was like, all right, we're blasting this out, man. Boom, boom, boom. So, and he told me I did a very good job on my presses. He said, nothing to critique, which is crazy. This is something. He just said presses were excellent. Like, what? Who are you?
You know what it was?
Coach.
I think what happened was the Mortal Kombat movie came out. So Sub-Zero froze hell over, and then Graham told you that
in hell froze.
There was nothing to critique.
There was nothing wrong to change.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, indeed. And yes, indeed.
I've got a similar. Damon and I were fueled by SWAT Fuel. My buddy Damon came up, who is a student of the gun, and he's part of the grad program. Actually, he's a grad program member. Okay. And if you're not, go to SOTG.com and join the grad program. But he drove all the way up from his home in Missouri to Salt Lake City to help little old me with some landscaping stuff, because he does it for a profession, and I've never done that kind of stuff before. So he wanted to teach me. And so we hit it hard for a couple of days, and Saturday was the final day. And I think we were both like, oh man, today's going to suck. And then so we hit up the SWAT fuel and we got it done. We finished everything Saturday evening, well, Saturday afternoon, I guess. And then we were good to go. But that SWAT fuel really got me through the last day. I can't speak for Damon.
So did Damon, did he come over Saturday evening and leave Sunday morning?
Yeah, to your place?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he left Saturday around like 5 or so.
Here. Yeah. Okay. Any hooser. So there you go. SWAT fuel, SWATfuel.com. They do have the 9mm energy formula in stock. It's good stuff. It's quality stuff. And if you're looking, I don't do it all the time, just every once in a while. The Satan was on my shoulder, and Satan's like, just make an excuse and don't do it today. I was like, no, Satan, get off my shoulder. All right. It's time for me to close my mouth and you guys to open up both of your ears and listen louder.
ShopSOTG.com is the perfect place to go if you are a student of the gun. Whether you want to expand your brain, increase your marksmanship, or help keep your family safe. All that, plus the Pimp Hand brands that you love. ShopSOTG.com has almost anything that an American patriot would want. Education, enlightenment, and entertainment, and we're open 24/7. Check out ShopSOTG.com today and see for yourself.
Speaking of the brands that you love, speaking of those brands, remember, we partnered with our boy, Matt Dorito. With Star Treatments. And Star Treatments is a not-for-profit charitable organization that provides transportation to children who are in need of it to get to medical treatment and so forth. And so they don't have to worry about that one part. And we partnered with them. And if you go to Shop SOT, Our Etiquette for Barbarians. It's a book that I wrote, and Matt Dorito wrote the foreword to that book. And he signed it, and I signed it. And we're going to be giving them away. That's right. There are not very many dual autographed copies of that book in the world. But if you support a fantastic charity, which is Star Treatments, if you support them, you can be eligible. And also, don't forget, if you're buying stuff from Amazon, go to smile.amazon.com. And Smile is the official charity, or it's the charity wing of Amazon. And you can choose Star Treatments as your official charity. That is ours. And when you do that, then they will automatically donate to Star Treatments on your behalf. So there you go. All right, moving on. Time for a Student of the Gun Homeroom, brought to you by CrossbreedHolsters.com. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We got to knock that 1-8 out of there. I'm going to change the main notes. If you go to crossbreedholsters.com and you use the promotional code SOTG, you're going to get a high-quality holster made in a brand-new facility, thanks to you guys. Made in a brand-new facility. And, and you use the promo code SOTG, you're going to save money and you're going to be a happy camper, carry your gun. All right, I'm excited. Why are you excited, Paul? Well, as you guys should know, this winter, December and January, we did some live training here. The PFT leadership training seminars we did had several grad program members show up for 3 different classes and engage in some training. And during that training, I'm going to tell you guys a secret. As an instructor, I'm kind of cheating because as I instruct, I learn. What? Yes.
As cheating?
As I instruct, I learn. I actually use my students as a tool to help me learn. Actually, the best instructors in the world are the most dedicated students. If you did not know that by now, I'm going to tell you. So we actually learned, because that was the first time I had done the leadership seminars, the PFT leadership seminars. So as the seminars were going on, people would ask different questions and they'd say, yeah, what about this? Or we would do an exercise and, I would think I explained it correctly and then people didn't do it the way I thought they were going to do it. So I had to change the way of instructing and so on and so forth, because that's what happens in a live environment. And so what that inspired me to do was to create another book, another Patriot Fire Team book. And this one is called the PFT Mission Planner. And the reason it's called the Mission Planner is because what we do, or what I'm telling you to do, and it looks like this, although it won't say not for resale on it because Amazon is homosexual and they do stupid stuff like that. They used to just print the word proof inside. I don't know why they did. But anyway, so the Mission Planner, I can hold it up to the camera. Whoop. Too much shine. Anyway, the Mission Planner. What is in the Mission Planner? Well, I will tell you. Thank you very much for axing. Talents. Everyone has something to offer. This is how do you recruit? You as a leader can't do everything. I know you want to. I know you're inspired to. You think, I'm going to do everything. You can't do it. And if you try, you're going to burn out and you're going to fail. But as a leader, you should be able to task other people with taking care of things. And you will aid and advise them, but you can't try and do everything yourself. And that's what we do, isn't it, guys? We try and take on all of the burdens of the world on our shoulders and do it all ourselves, and it ends up crushing us. And hell, 7 years ago or something, when I introduced the Patriot Fire Team, I said, the whole reason we're doing this is because you can't do it all yourself. If you think you're going to be the lone wolf, the lone survivor, I'm going to be the guy and I'm going to do everything myself. I'm going to do all the hunting, the fishing, the trapping, the security, the everything. No, you're not. You're going to burn out and you're going to fail. You need a team. So one of the main things, actually the very first chapter is about tapping into the talents and resources of your community, medical resources, food preparation, community relations, communication, and so on and so forth. We go into those in very specific detail. I go into very specific detail about patrol tactics. I go into very specific detail about intelligence gathering. You're like, what? No, we're just like dudes with guns who are going to protect our community. We don't need intelligence gathering. Oh, yes, you do. Night operations, threat assessment, professional leadership. And there's also a very specific and dedicated mission planner checklist in here. Like, I don't know if you can see that. I've got the 5-paragraph order, BAMSIS, all that stuff. This is a pretty heavy brain dump. And there's also there are some graphics. Thank you to Zachary Markle for helping me get the graphics done. We've got graphics in the book, graphic illustrations for you.
Did you know that you have 17 books now?
Oh, that are live?
Yeah, on your Amazon author
live
page.
one?
And actually, there's actually 19, but 2 of them I don't think you actually wrote. It just attributed them to you.
Oh yeah,
because they're both in German.
Yeah, there's some German dude named Paul Markle, and they're like, "Yeah, this guy did." I'm like, "No." Yeah, so I got 17 live books now, and I think I got 3 or 4 out of print books, and because somebody asked me the other day, like, how many books have you written? And I said, I don't know, more than one, less than 50. A bunch.
For now.
Several.
For now.
Several.
Give me a couple years, I'll get to 50.
Yeah, well, the first like 3 or 4 books are out of print now. The Have Passport Will Travel's out of print.
I'm looking at it right now, and it says that I can get it new.
You can get it as a used copy.
Free Prime delivery.
For Have Passport Will Travel?
Oh, temporarily out of stock. Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, they don't have them. They're out. They've been out of print for a long time. The Black Book's out of print. What was the one I wrote about being in the Marine Corps? The Zone, Life and Death in the Corps. Yeah, that one. Whew, that goes back a while. Yeah. And then I wrote It's too bad that in the 90s I didn't have access. See, when I started this crap, there was no Amazon. You're like, what? Yeah. When I started all this writing stuff, there was no Amazon. There was an internet, but not as you know it today. When I started writing, the internet was AOL. The internet was AOL or CompuServe. Yeah, when I started writing books, if you wanted to get on the internet, you went to AOL.com or what do you call it? Or CompuServe or the BBS, your local bulletin board system, where you could post a message in monochromatic font. Someone would come and read the message, and then they would leave a comment.
So PFT mission planner, we're pretty much 45 minutes in now, and we haven't got to the main story.
All
so
right,
PFT mission planner, are you done with that talk?
Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, this is it's live as a Kindle. It's also as a paperback. If you would like a signed copy, and I know a lot of you would, Zach is going to be putting out a signed copy order. It'll be a pre-order. You guys order it. We'll get them. I'll sign them, and then we'll send them to you. And that is all coming up this week. So good news. Good news there. There you go. All right, Wyoming company. We're not gonna dwell on this for a long time, but it's just something interesting because this guy took his finger and he shoved it in the eye of the anti-gun, pro-gun control ninnies. He's like, yeah, here, take that, whining, spineless ninnies. All right, we got a story from Facts Business, April 25th. Go for it, Jared.
I need to open this in the Safari browser because these ads are going to make me throw this computer across the screen.
Yeah.
So guess what, Fox? I'm going to open it in Safari with reader view, and I don't have to look at your stupid ads.
You're stupid.
Wyoming Roofing Company offering free AR-15 with every installation. Owner fires back at backlash. That's interesting.
I like the sub.
Wyoming is home to one of the least restrictive firearm laws in the country, if not the least restrictive.
That's
Wyoming Roofing Company
doesn't make any sense.
What?
Wyoming is home to one of the least restrictive firearm laws in the country.
Oh yeah,
that's not a good. That's ain't no good English sentence.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Huh.
Anyway,
try harder.
Wyoming Roofing Company Wiggins Construction LLC is offering customers a free AR-15 with every purchase of a roof installation. The red state is home to one of the least restrictive firearm laws in the country. You don't need a state permit. Is not required to purchase or transfer a rifle, shotgun.
Who wrote this?
Good Lord. Hunting
Lucas
gun sports.
Manfredi.
The special promotion launched on April 12th started after Matt Thomas, the company's marketing and customer relations director, asked owner Josh Wiggins about giving customers a free AR-15 instead of a thank you card. That is a great thing. That's a great thank you card. The construction company consulted with a lawyer to ensure the promotion adhered to federal laws. Customers must prove they are at least 21 years of age, have not been a convicted felon, and acknowledge that they will abide by state and federal gun laws.
You just get
Wiggins Construction. Yeah. Wiggins Construction logs the gun serial number and then submits a transfer ownership form. The gun will then belong to the customer. So they go through background checks.
They have to go through an FFL dealer. It's not a big deal. They're not the first one to do this. There's actually there have been a lot of car lots that give away things like Mossberg 500s or the bolt guns. There was actually a company several years ago that had partnered with Weatherby, and they were giving away Weatherby hunting rifles.
I want to know who this dude's buying the AR-15s from, because it says the AR-15s run the company about $599 each.
Well, I'm sure they're getting them in bulk. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, they're probably getting.
Yeah,
they probably have a.
They're going.
Yeah, that's good.
They're going manufacturer direct. Yeah, if they're not getting them from Stag Arms, they're really screwing up because Stag is here in Wyoming now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep, Stags in Wyoming. But there are some small rifle makers in Wyoming, some custom rifle makers that make custom ARs and custom bolt guns and so forth. And there's a we're probably far enough into this that we don't need to play any videos, but what is the backlash though?
I don't know. I didn't get that far in the story yet.
Oh.
Of course, I closed my Safari browser, so I can't.
Yeah, I got one here. It says, guns are part of our culture. Thomas said the Wiggins company received calls from its insurance company blasting them for not conducting an FFL background check, which he argues is required by the law. The thing that the company was also been called baby killers. Yeah, okay. Here's the thing. And any left-wing whack job douche nozzle, they're not going to be your customers anyway. People from freaking New York and California writing you hate mail, are those people going to be your customers? No, they're not.
No.
So fornicate them. They can venture forth and fornicate themselves. There's nothing wrong with this. And it's actually super smart on their part, because every time a auto sales person or somebody does this, the ninnies, they're like little puppets. We can make them dance. They get so hyper offended that they won't shut up about it. And they're like, this company, blah, 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 blah. So they say that company's name 1,000 times. And they're like, thank you. Thank you for saying our company's name 10,000 times. Thank you for going to Twitter and posting our company's name. Because eventually people will just show up here and they'll say, I don't even remember where I first heard about you, but man, I heard about you a whole bunch. So here I am to buy a car. Amazing. It's kind of like Student of the Gun or Howard Stern. I hate Howard Stern. Howard Stern. Eventually people are listening. They're like, I don't know why I heard about this guy, but I did. It's because the hippies and the liberals and the crybabies won't stop saying your name. And so kudos and hats off to the Wiggins Construction Company. Now, do you know where these guys are, Jared? Did you look up their address?
No.
They are way hell and gone away from where they're exactly on the opposite
north
side. Yeah, they're
okay.
north of Cody. North of Cody, west of Sheridan. So they're almost to the either the Idaho or I think it's the Idaho border. Or either Idaho or Montana. You know how it is up there. But
the crazy thing is the part of the story says they're receiving death threats. Like, so people that don't want them to give an AR-15 to their customers are literally,
because it's dangerous,
sending them death threats.
Yeah. What? That's the mentality of the left. They're bullies. And if you don't do what they want you to do, well, then they're going to bully you into doing it. That's the psycho.
Which, by the way, is not virtuous at all. It's the opposite of virtuous.
Yeah.
So you should, if you're going to like bully people into doing that stuff that you think is right.
Yeah. Oh no, it's up by the Montana border. Yep. So it's in Powell, Wyoming, which is way up north, not very far, like 20 miles from the Montana border, which is nestled
in Lake Powell.
No.
In between Utah and Arizona border. It's
So if you are in the northern Wyoming area and you'd like to get yourself a new GAT and a new roof at the same time, well, they would be happy to service you at Wiggins Construction Company. Yes, indeed. And our Wyoming listeners, you can tell them you're up there in around Sheridan, Cody. You're like, hey, man, I heard about you guys on Student of the Gun. What? It's crazy. Yes, indeed. Boys, do we have any questions that need to be addressed or answered today?
No.
So we did a lot of stuff today. We went worldwide, and we have people listening. I told you, I told you we were worldwide. We got people listening in Venezuela. So fight the good fight, dude. Sharpen your machete. And better dead than red. What else? Brownells, ammo's in stock. Get it. We got the new book out. And of course, if you freaks are up in the northern Wyoming region and you need a new roof on your house, you want to get a new GAT, they will hook you up. Wiggins Construction will hook you up. All right. Mañana will be Thursday, and we're going to have a brand new grad program episode for you grad program members. It's going to be fun and full of frivolity. You will not want to miss it. If you guys don't understand the value of the grad program, go back and listen to last Thursday and last Friday.
It's a bobcat attack my wife. A bobcat.
You will find out all about bobcats attacking people's wives, and it's just good for all. It's good for the soul. It's like chicken soup for the soul. That's what it is for big boys and big girls. So there you go. Shopgradprogram.com. That's not it. It's getsotg.com. That's what it is. All right, kids, we will talk to you. Grad program people will talk to you tomorrow. The rest of you will talk to you on Monday. Remember, you're a beginner once.
You're a student for life.
We appreciate your reviews. If you haven't left a review or updated yours recently, head on over to Facebook, iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast player to voice your opinion. Don't forget to join us at the Student Lounge, a place for like-minded individuals to learn, connect, and support each other. No chicanery will be tolerated. Remember to check studentofthegun.com daily for new, free content and giveaways. Watch, listen, read, shop, and connect at studentofthegun.com. Are you a social butterfly? Connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for new content each and every day at Student of the Gun. Watch Student of the Gun TV and videos from our trusted partners on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Chromecast, and even AirPlay. Go to studentofthegun.com for direct links, and remember, you're a beginner once, a student for life.